Welcome to this special pre-release preview of my upcoming book, Why Plans Don't Prepare You: What Real Readiness Looks Like When Leadership is Tested. Over the next few days, I will be reading the final chapters of the manuscript exactly as it will appear in the book, scheduled for release on June 1st, 2026. This is your opportunity to hear the book before anyone else, discover how true preparedness is about leadership, not fear, and share your thoughts before the final edition is published. Today I am reading Chapter 14, Your Next Move. Let's begin. Chapter 14, Your Next Move. Leadership Reflection. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is now. This is attributed as a Chinese proverb. By now, you understand something many leaders sense, but rarely define clearly. Plans do not prepare people. Binders do not lead teams. Policies do not create confidence. Hope does not reduce exposure. Leadership does. You have seen the difference between assumption and clarity, between activity and capability, and between having something written and having something that works. You have seen what happens when preparedness is delayed and what becomes possible when it is built with intention. The question is no longer whether this matters. The question is, what will you do next? That question separates readers from leaders. At this point, most leaders take one of three paths. Some do nothing. They return to routine, tell themselves they will revisit this later, and convince themselves that something is already in place. For a while, nothing changes, but neither does the risk. The burden remains, the gap remains, and the uncertainty remains. Delay feels harmless until it's not. Others choose to do it themselves. Now, this is a valid path. You now have the clarity to begin. You can identify your most critical priorities, define leadership roles, assign ownership, test communication, run simple exercises, and build a review rhythm. Many organizations make progress this way, but there is a reality most leaders discover. The same people responsible for preparedness are responsible for everything else. And the program slows, not from lack of intent, but from lack of time. Some leaders make a different decision. They recognize that this responsibility is too important to leave to drift or delay. They want clear structure, accelerated progress, objective insight, and a system that works under pressure. So they bring in guidance, not because they cannot do it, but because they choose not to do it alone. Most leaders do not need more information to decide. They need to listen to what they already feel. If you know execution may stall, pay attention to that. If you know your people deserve better clarity, pay attention to that. If the quiet weight of uncertainty is still there, pay attention to that. Leadership intuition is rarely loud, but it is often right. No matter which path you choose, start with action. Within the next 30 days, identify your top 3 continuity priorities. Name the leader accountable for readiness. Confirm decision succession. Test 1 communications method and schedule 1 tabletop exercise. These are simple actions, but they are powerful ones because momentum changes everything. If you want to move faster with clarity and structure, your next step is simple. Start with a readiness snapshot. It takes minutes, reveals where you stand, and shows what matters most. From there, you can move into a deeper assessment and, if needed, a guided continuity plan built for your organization. Not generic, but practical, defensible, and usable under pressure. Readiness is not about information, it is about execution. You are not given leadership to manage calm days. You were entrusted to lead when conditions change. That trust is not proven in planning. It is proven in preparation. Some leaders wait until disruption teaches that lesson. Strong leaders learn it now. The future will test every organization. That is not a possibility, that is a certainty. The only question is whether, when that moment comes, you will be hoping or ready. Thank you for joining me for the exclusive preview of Why Plans Don't Prepare You. Today we were reading Chapter 14, Your Next Move. I really would love to hear your thoughts. What stood out? What questions did this chapter bring up? And what would you like to see in the final book? There's only a couple days left until it's published. So if you have some input, you need to do it now. Please share your feedback in the comments or send me a message. And be on the lookout for the official book launch on June 1st. It's only like 3 or 4 days away. A pre-order link can be found attached in the text below. Those of you who would like to purchase several copies can go to what'stheplandan.com for more information. And until then, please remember, preparedness is leadership. And as John Maxwell says, it is always better to prepare than to repair. This is Daniel. Till next time, please stay informed and stay safe.